Hey everybody, so I'm back with the Euros, and I did add water to them earlier, and of course now that their shipping bedding has fluffed up, they've all dived down deep. The lighting that I'm in right now is not really showing a really good color. These castings, the bedding, which are half castings and half of the other things they add, they're really black. They're really rich. I'm really impressed. Oh, look, my band-aids are falling off. So I have some, I didn't have coconut coir, but I had sphagnum peat moss. And since that's acidic, I added some powdered dolomite lime along with shredded cardboard. And then I'm going to dump this in, and which is where the worms are temporarily held. And this consists of all their bedding. So I'm just going to flip them over and allow you to watch them do their thing, do their wiggle into their new bed. So it's been only about 20 minutes since I added water to them. And they're plump. These are plump little guys. I picked out a banana peel and a cucumber from the freezer, which I'm letting sit in some hot water right now to thaw out, since they were sitting out in the cold on my front porch, and their bedding is cold because I used rainwater from outside to moisten the cardboard. I didn't want to give them frozen food as well. They need to warm up some. So, you can watch this if you want. If you're not interested, tune away. But I just thought I'd give you the chance to see the brand new worms that have been sitting in just moist bedding for maybe 20 minutes. Alright, I probably should use the other hand here because these band-aids are not working out well with this moistness. Okay, I'm gonna just sort of spread these out evenly across the top. And I'll tell you, this seems to me like way more than a pound of worms. These guys are heavy. I'm really pleased. Shh. What? You want to be in the video? Yeah, I know. Yep, I'm really pleased. In any future worm purchases, I will be going back to Midwest Worms. I mean, just in spreading them, I can feel like these guys are fat. They're eating really good over there at Midwest Worms. And they're healthy. I did watch the video. Again, I mentioned it earlier, but the trommel that they use, it separates the worms, from their big windrow, and the worms go to one side, the castings go to another, of course. But along the way, there's different screeners and different size mesh around the trommel that sorts out the really fine castings that I guess would be sold or used there on their farm, and the medium chunks, guess you would call it, and then the big pieces that immediately get tossed right back in. So they've got a really effective way to do their sorting process. And the cocoons do fall out in that initial, in the medium stage, not with the fine sifted castings, because that they either use on their farm or it goes for sale. But in the medium stuff that goes back into the bed where the worms came from, that's where the cocoons go. They did say that occasionally, their process does miss some of the worms. And I mean, I'm sorry, my dog's behind me getting into trouble. Some of the cocoons, and they do hand pick through each container of worms as it's being packaged to make sure there aren't any unhealthy ones, or if there's too many young ones, that we place them with bigger ones. It's really a very well set up process. So yeah, I mean, this isn't all that exciting, I guess, but to me it is, because it's the start of a new set of euros that are separate from my other worms that I can experiment and do comparisons to the other types of worms that I own. And I will be giving updates on this bin, and I hope it thrives, and I'm pretty sure that it will. Everybody have a great day, and I will be following up with you soon.